to get my camera properly situated. No, it has to be over here. Yes, I can't always seem to get this camera properly situated. I am trying to get my mic as well. Yes, guys. Yes, guys. Properly situated as well. I think that could work here so I don't block my face too much. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome back. Welcome back to Jesse Football TV. Yes, we are in the building. We are in the building. Yet another live stream. Yet another Chelsea related live stream. Yes, we are here. I am sure most of you all have already seen the news where Chelsea has been hit with a 74 FA charges. 74 FA charges. And, well, you all already know what the situation is. Yes, Tracy is in the building. What's up, Tracy? Yes, you all already know what is going to be. Well, could be the outcome is going to happen. We are definitely going to have to face some kind of punishment. We know this was coming. We know it was coming. We self snitch. Remember me? I'm the child. Yes. I know who you are. I remember. Yes. The child from Princess Town. Yes. I remember. But yes, just waiting for the live to build up a little bit more. I know it's midday, so not midday. Well, basically all midday. Yeah. I don't know if much people are going to be in the live because this isn't really the time people really do be here. So we'll wait about 5 minutes to see how long it takes. If it doesn't build up much, then we will end the live and probably try to come back later to revisit. We will revisit, right? Just remember, when you come into the live, especially if you're new, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Road to 500. Yeah, so basically, more or less, let's just do a quick recap. Chelsea has been hit with 74 charges by the FA. We breached certain rules where agent fees and stuff like that is concerned. And yes, we self-snitch a couple seasons back, about 2 years back. We self-snitch. And we are basically going to face the consequences for those breaches. So we are basically waiting for the chat to build up. If it doesn't build up, like I said, later on we will definitely come back. And revisit the live again. We'll definitely revisit the live. But yes, Chelsea has been hit with 74 charges. Guys, when you come into the live, please subscribe, especially if you're new. Hit the like button. Yes, 74 charges we Chelsea have been hit with. Right? So let me just basically go through some of the comments here. I don't know if you all know who these people are. Fabrizio, Ben Jacobs, PYS is a big Chelsea outlet. Who else? Chelsea Dodgers. I don't know if you all know Chelsea Dodgers, who they are. Yes, I will be reporting on basically what they have said. Right? So let's start off with PYS. Yes, guys, when you come into the chat, please remember to like and subscribe, especially if you're new. Subscribe. We are speaking about Chelsea today, that they have been hit with 74 charges by the English FA. right? So we are going to be starting with PYS report. Chelsea has been charged with 74 breaches of the FIFA of the FA's agent regulation rules between zero between '09 to 2022 under Roman Abramovich. Breaches relate to primarily to the period of 2010 to 2011 to 2015-16 season, right? Basically, more or less, we did a lot of offshore account deals where we more or less um went out behind and paid agents extra when they were supposed to be paid a certain amount, and it basically like we are cooking the books, right? So if we were supposed to be paying for we wanted to buy players, we bought a player, and the agent fees, everything included in that, right, would have gotten, let me just say, like about 50 million for a player. Let's say Eden Hazard, because he was one of the players that is being mentioned in all of this drama. Let's say at that time, Eden Hazard, for the complete deal to go through, it would have cost like 50 million. The agents themselves, they got extra fees on or from in offshore accounts worth like about 10 million extra. I just saying it could be more, right? So we probably paid like about 60 million, and 10 million was not on the books for the FA and those people to see and stuff like that. So that is basically what it was, right? We are going again. Fabrizio here now. Chelsea have been charged with 74 breaches of FA agent regulation rules between '09 to 2022 under Roman Abramovich. Breaches relate to primarily to the period of 2010 to 2011, 2015 to 2016. That's the seasons, right? Chelsea have until the 19th of September to answer, to respond. Chelsea doesn't have to respond. We are going to basically work in tandem with the FA because we self-snitch. We told on ourselves. We basically more or less said, this is what it is. This is what happened. And we basically told on ourselves. So yeah, guys, remember to subscribe when you come in to the chat. Subscribe, especially if you are new, right? Let's go again. Fabrizio here. This is from the FA. The FA itself put out a statement, guys. Regulations and disciplinary updates, right? The Football Association has today charged Chelsea Football Club with breaches of regulations J1 and C2 of the FA Football Agents regulations A2 and A3 of the FA regulations on working with intermediaries, and regulations A1 and B3 of the FA third-party investment in player regulations. In total, 74 charges have been brought against Chelsea Football Club. The conduct that is the subject of the charges ranges from '09 to 2022 and primarily relates to events which occurred between the 2010-2011 season to 2015-2016 season, playing seasons. Chelsea Football Club has until the 19th of September to respond to these charges, right? So basically, more or less, we don't need to challenge on this. Chelsea Football Club doesn't need to challenge on this, and I don't think Chelsea Football Club is going to challenge on this, right? Because again, we self-snitch, we told on ourselves, right? We basically brought it to the FA and told the FA, this is what it is, this is what we saw, and we know that this can get us in trouble in the future, so we don't want to have any problem. So the club basically self-snitch. Guys, remember to subscribe, especially when you come in to the chat. Subscribe, especially if you're a Chelsea fan. Subscribe, right? That was Fabrizio reporting that, right? Ben Jacobs. I don't know if you all know who Ben Jacobs is, so let's get into what Ben Jacobs had to say. Chelsea charged by FA for 74 breaches of agent rules, issues self-declared by, right, this is the issues. Self-declared by the club, alleged off-book payments, including for Hazard transfer, beliefs within CFC, no sporting adventures gained, points deduction, transfer bans, and fines among punishments. So this is what could happen to us. If I had to guess, I think we're going to have to pay a fine, a hefty fine, and also we may get a transfer ban. I feel we may get hit with a transfer ban. That's just my personal opinion. I feel we just might get hit with a transfer ban. Right? Who else? Chelsea Dodgers. Let's go with what Chelsea Dodgers had to say. Hold on a minute. Okay, let's go. The FA have issued Chelsea with 74 charges alleging breaches of their regulations on the football agents, or working with intermediaries or third-party investments in players, ranges from 2009 to 2022 and primarily from 2010 to 2011 and 15-16 season respectively. Right? Chelsea Dodgers again. Right? The FA has issued, just now. What is that? I don't know why I keep doing that. Oh, right. Right, just now. Hold on a minute. Right, good. This is basically the full statement here. Chelsea responded to the FA. This is Chelsea directly now responding to the FA. Guys, remember when you come into the chat, please subscribe and please hit the like button. Right? We are going with Chelsea statement now. Chelsea FC is pleased to confirm that its engagement with the FA concerning matters that were self-reported by the club is now reaching conclusions. The club ownership group completed the purchase of the football club on 30th May 2022 during a thorough due delegation process. Prior to the complication of the purchase, the ownership group became aware of potential incoming financial reporting concerning historical transactions and other potential breaches of the FA rules. Immediately upon completion of the purchase, the football club self-reported these matters to all relevant regulatory, including the FA. So that basically more or less addressing what it is we've been saying, that they snitched on themselves. Chelsea told on themselves, right? The club has demonstrated unprecedented transparency during this process, including by giving comprehensive access to the club's files and historical data, right? We will continue working collaboratively with the FA to conclude this matter swiftly as possible, right? So they don't want to dwell on this. They don't want to be a whole Manchester City while they take the FA to court. And no, Chelsea's not doing that. Chelsea self-snitch. We know we were guilty. We know we are wrong. We are going to accept whatever punishment and move on, right? We wish to place on the record our gratitude to the FA for their engagement with the club on this complex case, the focus of which has been on matters that took place over a decade ago. So it's over a decade ago and they're just trying to deal with it now and get it out of the way. I think by Chelsea bringing this, the new owners bringing this to the light, I think our punishment shouldn't be as severe as most people think. I think a fine and probably a transfer ban. And I think that is why Chelsea been buying all these young players so much. And in hindsight, it makes perfect sense why they've been doing that. It makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. So, basically, more or less, that's more or less all the news there, guys. Right? Again, Chelsea self-snitch. We told on ourselves. So it's not to say that we didn't know what was coming. right? So basically all the news, guys. You all could go over to my channel and watch my long form videos where I get more in depth in these matters. Also, you all could come over to my socials and follow me over there and give my content over there on my socials a watch. You all could look for me on TikTok as Jesse Football TV, right? Instagram, you all could give me a subscribe over on Instagram as well. I am Jesse since 1990. That's Jesse, GYASI SINCE 1990. That's for my Instagram account. You all can go over there and give me a follow. Also on Facebook, just Jesse versus Jesse. You can go over there and stuff like that. Just give your boy a little follow. But on YouTube here, please subscribe to the channel. Road to 500 subscribers is on. Well and truly on. Yeah. And we're basically just now, hold on. Yeah, we are basically road to 500 subscribers is well and truly on, guys. Well and truly on, right? So yeah, who's this? Redder 9/11 today. Yes, 9/11 is today as well. Good shout, Redder 9/11 is well on today. I think for that is something totally off scripted. I think today, I don't know if you all know who Tucker Carlson is. Tucker Carlson, he's supposed to be dropping some documentary today based on 9/11. So we'll be looking out for that. Totally unrelated to football, right? But 9/11 is today. Good shout, Reader. Good shout. But in terms of the football, Reader, you could subscribe to my channel. Subscribe, especially if you're new. Hit the like button as well, Reader. Thanks for that update there. I totally forgot about that. I will be looking at that later on as well. Share the live. We road to 500 subscribers is well and truly on, guys. Road to 500 subscribers. Hit the like button as well. Please. We are trying to build a community here. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you nothing, absolutely nothing, to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. It costs you nothing. It's totally free of charge. But in terms of Chelsea Football Club is going to receive charges. They are going to receive some charges. And yeah, well, no, we already got the charges, but we have to receive some punishment. 74 charges, guys, and we have to receive some punishment for those charges. As I said, I think it could be somewhere around, we may get a fine and may get a transfer ban. Guys, when you come into the chat, subscribe to the channel, especially if you're new. Road to 500 subscribers is welly and truly on. Waka, yes, Waka is in the building. What's up, Waka? Waka is in the building. Yes, share the video, share the live. I will definitely be back on live later as well. But I think I may have to do a live from my car, right? I will definitely be on. Arsenal run London do. Okay, no problem, Waka. Waka always comes in with this Arsenal. You Gunners. But yes, Arsenal, if that's what makes you sleep at night, Waka, Arsenal runs London. Let's give Arsenal their flowers. Yeah, let's give Arsenal their flowers. Give them. But yeah, guys, subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. You all could go over and check my long form videos on my channel itself. We are basically where I go basically more in depth in this whole Chelsea situation. Chelsea have done well, to be honest. So yes, we have. Yes, we have. But we basically self snitch waka. We told on ourselves. That was like about 2 years ago, and it totally just only now the FA now came up with these charges, 74 charges, as they said. But yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see where it goes. Let's see what punishment we may face. But still doesn't touch the history of the Arsenal. Yeah. Yeah. In the Premier League era, which started from 1993, Chelsea has been the way better club. From 1993, Chelsea has been the way better club in London over Arsenal. We won more trophies, etc., etc. So, I don't know what Waka is really trying to get here. Guys, share the live, share the live, share the live. Please share the live. And I'm going to end the live now. So, I will be back on probably later. I won't drop a video, but y'all could share the live. What Waka said here, you are, but overall history of the Arsenal is way bigger than Chelsea. Waka, right? How many of those trophies have you seen Arsenal win? How many did you see Arsenal win? Guys, when you come into the live, subscribe, hit the like button as well. Hit the like button. You all could go and check out my long form content where I get more in depth, where I go more in depth with Chelsea's ban. Well, not Chelsea ban, Chelsea's charges. We go more in depth over there, right? Y'all could go and check it out and share the live, share the channel, subscribe yourself, especially if you all are new. What are Chelsea's charges? Chelsea's charges didn't basically say what the charges are, but we basically know from Chelsea self-snitching that our is basically surrounding more or less us dealing with doing dodgy deals with agents of players, dealing with offshore accounts, putting more money in their account when we supposed to only give them XYZ. Let's just say, like I explained earlier on, Waka, well, I just saw you come into the chat, right? If this basically more is basically wrong, Eden Hazard, Willian, and Samuel Eto'o back in the day when we acquired those players. Let's just say Eden Hazard. If Eden Hazard total deal came up was supposed to be like about 50 million, Chelsea would have put money in an offshore account for Eden Hazard agent at that time, probably like about an extra 5 to 10 million, right, in an offshore account, right? So the deal would have probably be worth about 60 million. But on the books, on Chelsea's books, it's showing we only paid like about 50 million. You understand? So let's just say we bought Eden Hazard from Lyon. Lyon probably would have gotten 40 million for the sale of Eden Hazard, and the agent would have gotten 10 million. So that would have showed up on Chelsea's books as 50 million. But the agent and Chelsea probably was having some outside deal where an extra 10 million went to offshore account. So the agent in actuality probably got like about 20 million. But the extra 10 million isn't showing up on the books, if you understand. What are Chelsea? Yeah, that's basically what it is, right? Extra money, extra funds going into offshore accounts for agents and stuff like that. Not players, but agents. But I won't doubt if players benefited as well, right? Now, what I would say, if Chelsea didn't come out and self-snitch, right? Absolutely nobody, no fan, no FA know nothing would have known about this. Nobody would have known. So this begs the question, how many other clubs are doing this same very thing? Chelsea and Manchester City can't be the only two clubs that getting caught up. Well, Chelsea didn't get caught up. Chelsea told on themselves. Manchester City got caught. Manchester City got caught. Chelsea didn't get catch. Chelsea didn't get caught. Chelsea told on themselves. Right? So this begs the question, how many other clubs are doing this? Are basically cooking the books. That is what this is. Cooking the books. Right? That is what this is. Cooking the books. Trying to cook the books. You all remember, you could only spend up to a certain amount and lose a certain amount. So if you put XYZ on the books, your book balancing will look proper for the FA when they basically go through all your club's finances and stuff like that. This is where shirt sponsors, sleeve sponsors, and all those things come in, right? So let's just say if the club for the entire year makes like 200 million from either what sponsor you have, either Adidas or Nike, whoever. Let me just say your Adidas deal is worth about 50 million for the year, right? And you basically, your sponsorship sponsor is equal 50 million as well. That's 100 million you already made there, right? So you could only spend what you earn. That is basically what it is. So sometimes you will see bigger clubs getting better players. The reason why that is because we could spend as we earn, right? A smaller club might not get the deal. Let me just say Chelsea Football Club and Wolverhampton Wanderers are sponsored. Both of us are sponsored by Nike, right? But Chelsea, being the bigger club, will get more money, get more sponsorships deal from Nike. So our deal from Nike might be like about 60 million, while Wolves' own might be like about 20 million per year. So Wolves now could only spend what they earn. So Wolves could only spend to the tune up to 20 million on a player, while Chelsea could spend 60 million on a player. But what these big clubs tend on doing is that these agents try to rip off the bigger clubs as well. Hence the reason why they try to cook the books. So that is what happens here. We try to cook the books quite a lot. Guys, remember to subscribe when you come into the chat. Subscribe. And hit the like button. Share the video as well. Share the live. Right? We are going to end the live probably in the next minute or so. So yeah, that will bring us to a half an hour exact. Right? Guys, as I said, I will try to bring more news for you later based on this. But Chelsea will soon to know their fate, what punishments they are going to receive, what punishments we will receive for these breaches of this what we did. So guys, just remember, this is Jesse Football TV, Caribbean based football channel. We are trying to grow the channel. We are trying to grow, and it could only grow if you all do your part. It's nothing, it costs nothing to hit the like button, to hit the subscribe button, especially if you are new. It's free of charge, and it will help with the algorithm. The algorithm isn't always our friends. Right? So once you hit that like button and you share the video, it helps the video get pushed to other viewers, and the community could grow as one. So please hit the like button, subscribe, especially if you're new. It's predominantly a Chelsea football channel, but we speak all different types of football here. All different types of football we talk about on a daily. But today is basically about Chelsea and the 74 charges that we've been slapped with. So guys, in a bit, people, and peace.